far as you could go at that level. So yeah, we made it to that event, and yeah, we didn't do the greatest that year. You know, we placed okay, like we came top 8, but we didn't medal or anything. So yeah, we didn't really think much of it. The next year, you know, same thing came around. We did really good at the school meet, really good at the it was called zone. That's the second meet, and then we did really good there again. We took first and second. So then we moved on to DSBN again, and then this time was different though. We were seeded second and third going into it, and there was this one guy who, like, he definitely hit puberty early, like grade 8. He already had a full grown beard. He was pretty much like a man child, really. Like, he was like a man child. So he really kicked our ass the year before. So, like, you know, track is, like, as much as it is like a physical thing, like, it's still like a huge mental thing too. Like, you know, like, the intimidation factor is real. Like, you don't want to have that in your head before a race. So, like, right away we're looking at this kid and we're like, fuck, like, he like just sweeped us right off the track the year prior. So that sucks. But we're like, whatever, you know, we ended up running our race, and yeah, I ended up winning somehow. I ended up coming first overall. And then I was like 0.2 off of setting the DSBN record, so I was like, holy fuck, like, that's pretty crazy. And then yeah, from there, I kind of caught the attention of this the high school that was nearby, and they were known for track. Really, they had a really good track record for track. So yeah, I kind of had a meeting with them, and yeah, I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll come here. And yeah, so then grade 9 season came around, and yeah, so, like, just to throw it back a little bit, I won the 400 meter. That was the one that I won and almost set the record on. And then my other race was like the 200, and I ended up coming second at that one. So it was like, that was a pretty good year for me. And then yeah, high school came, and they were like, hey, like, you might be good at hurdles, you should try it out. So I'm like, all right, like, well, fuck it, why not? I'll try it out, give it a whirl. So I tried out the 300 meter hurdles on top of the 400 and the 200. And yeah, I ended up making it to the final level of high school too. My grade 9 year, I made it to OFSA, it's called. And that's Ontario wide, so it's the entire province. And then that's really as far as you can go in high school, unless you're doing like a track club outside of that. So I made it to the OFSA, the finals there for the 400 meters and the 300 meter hurdles. And I was seated really well. I was top 8 for the hurdles going into it. Yeah, so actually throw it back a little bit. So the meet right before OFSA, it's called OFSA Regionals. And then there's one right before that that's called SASA. And that one's like the whole like southern region of Ontario. So I guess like pretty much from like Hamilton right down to like Fort Erie, pretty much. That's that meet. And I ended up pulling my hamstring in the 200 meters at SASA. So I was like, you know, the meets are only like a week and a half maybe in between each other. So I'm like, fuck, like, that's not enough time for the hamstring to really fully heal. I'm going to be running injured at my first OFSA regionals, which I was super bummed out about because, like, you know, like, going into high school, that's the only thing, like, I wanted to do. I'm like, I want to go to OFSA. Like, you know, you get the sweater, you get this, like, sick apparel, like, and you can say you've been to OFSA, you've competed at, like, a provincial standard. So yeah, it was something I really wanted to do, and then I'm like, fuck, like, this hamstring injury is gonna hold me back. And then yeah, we went to OFSA regionals, and that's pretty much still like, you know, like the entire southern region, but it kind of expands it a bit more like into Toronto rather than just like the Hamilton area. So it adds like a couple more schools in there. And yeah, so I'm seated pretty good going into there. I ended up qualifying. I think I came third my first day there. So it's a 2-day event. And the 400 was run on the first day, and then your 300-meter hurdles was run on the second day. So yeah, I was running the 400 the first day, and I ended up qualifying for OFSA in the 400, which was completely unexpected for me. I was not ready or expecting, to make it for that event. If anything, I was really just expecting the hurdles. That was my hopes. And yeah, so then I qualified with my pulled hamstring, so I'm pretty pumped about that. You know, vibes are good going into the next day. I'm like, all right, sweet. You know, if worst comes to worst, I don't qualify in the hurdles here, then at least I still have the 400 and I can go. Like, it'll still be great. And yeah, so the next day comes around and like running hurdles with a pulled hamstring, you know, like you don't got to put two and two together to know like that's probably not going to feel great. So yeah, I'm sitting there in the blocks, you know, like I was stretching, warming up, doing my runs, my pre-race routine, and yeah, I was feeling it a bit, and I'm like, fuck, like this isn't going to be good. Whatever, you get in the blocks, you hear the gun go off, and it was like my body just like got pumped with like adrenaline, and like I just couldn't feel my hamstring at all, and I ran my best race of hurdles, and I ended up winning OFSA regionals somehow with a pulled hamstring. So I was pretty pumped about that. That was a pretty big win for me, and yeah, it set the vibe, set the bar real high going into OFSA, and yeah, so I got to OFSA. I was seated pretty good, top 8 in the province for hurdles. You know, I ended up, I think, coming 12th overall in the 400, so like it's still pretty good. Like that's still 12th in all of Ontario for that grade, so I was pretty pumped about that. And then yeah, hurdles came around and I actually ran a pretty good race. I mean, like the kids there were extremely flexible, fast. They were quick. You know, like most of them, not all of them, but a good, I'd say 2 or 3 of them have been training for hurdles, even in elementary school, so they definitely had an upper hand. But I ended up finishing 6th overall, so I was pretty pumped. I'm like, sweet, like I just came 6th. I'd say that's a pretty good first year. And then I look back at the board and I just see a big old D fucking Q right beside my name. They disqualified me and I was furious. I'm like, what do you mean I'm disqualified? Like, what? Like, how? What happened? And apparently there was this one OFSA official, okay? One of them, just one, that said he saw like part of my foot, not even my entire leg, part of my foot cross over, like it came over the outside of the hurdle instead of coming like through the center of it. So like they said that like half of my foot went into the opposing guy's lane on the bend. But they didn't have it on camera. Only one guy saw it and it didn't interfere with the race at all. So I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking, "Oh my god." And then like obviously it's going to be their word against ours, right? So we're going to lose 9 times out of 10. It's just how it is. So yeah, they ended up giving me 8th place instead of 6th, which I mean really isn't like a huge deal, but like to me it's like it's always going to say DQ beside my name. Like you'll never actually see my official time. You won't see my true standing. And yeah, but then whatever. The next year came around. I had high hopes going into it. Pretty much same results going into the next year. OFSA came around again. And yeah, I didn't have as good of a result. I think I ended up placing like 9th, so I didn't make top 8, but you know, still an accomplishment making it there 2 years in a row. And then yeah, but it also was kind of tough because it was interfering with soccer at the same time. And I mean, like, I was gonna pick the track no matter what over the soccer because, like, one, that's a provincial meet, like, you know, like the soccer tournament, there's gonna be more to come, but there was also my soccer tournament on the same weekend, so I'd have to run my last race, and then right from the race I'd have to go to the car, and then boom, leave the car, or leave the track and go right to our soccer game, and then finish out our tournament there. And that was like every year, but like it was great memories, great time, definitely not complaining about it. It was just super busy. And then yeah, grade 11 and 12 came, and like, I don't know, I stopped training with the track club. I didn't really train as much. I kind of took it a little easy, and yeah, it showed. I didn't make it to OFSA, grade 11 or 12. I still made it to regionals, so still pretty far, but the lack of training, especially at that age, only gets you so far. So I made a decision. I think it was like, it must have been grade 10 that I was going to do soccer instead of track. So looking back at it, that might have been a little bit of a regret of mine because I think track might have been a better shot at a scholarship offer. But regardless, I ended up tearing my hamstring anyways, like a year and a half, 2 years after. So it was kind of just taken off the table after that. So yeah. End of story, guys. That was my my brief track career. But yeah, I don't really run anymore. Not for leisure anyways. I mean, like, if I were to do a race or something, I'm sure I'd love to get back in it, but I haven't really ran since high school. Yeah, I still play soccer. I did it a year and a half ago. I did a men's league, but it was getting too hard to make the games and practices with work and everything, so I gave that up. But this year, I actually just talked to my dad about it a day yesterday and today, and he put me on the roster for his slow pitch team. So yeah, we'll be playing slow pitch every Thursday night, so that'll be pretty fun. You know, I love some slow pitch. Oh, guys. Oh, no. I got the message on the screen. I got the 20% message. No, we're not at 10 yet. I'm sure it's just gonna start dropping real quick now, though. Fuck. You don't need the light. This is what it would be like without the light. I'd be gone. Now you can't even see me. I'm just a voice. Fuck. God damn. I'm back. Yeah, I'm like the ghost in the basement then. I could tell ghost stories. I wish I had some good ones, but unfortunately I'm lacking on the ghost stories. Sorry to disappoint. A soothing voice, thank you very much. Appreciate it, thank you. Do I have any pictures of me in my track uniform? I don't know if I still have any. I used to have some up on my Instagram, but I don't know if they're still up or not. I actually still have my track singlet somewhere upstairs. I think it's packed away in my closet, but yeah. Definitely, I've got it still. See, like, here's the thing too. I was the last graduating class for my high school. After my graduation, they closed it down, because they built another one, in the area. So yeah, I was the last graduating class from there. So I kept my singlet and everything. I'm like, oh, I gotta keep it. That's gonna be a memory. You'll never be able to get one anymore. So. When did I play hockey? I actually never played hockey. I was not a hockey guy. Volleyball, track, and soccer were my sports. No, I graduated 2017. That was my grad year. Did I play high school volleyball? You betcha I did. You betcha. I loved high school volleyball. It was a great time. A lot of good memories were made. Have a great weekend yourself. Thank you. I did actually graduate in 2017, yeah. Yeah. What position in soccer? For the first like 7 years I played outside mid. I was outside right, but I learned to kick with both of my feet. So yeah, I'm kinda, I don't know, like, I forget the term of that. Is that ambidextrous? Something like that. But yeah, I can kick with both of my feet, so I can play any side. But then for the last 2 years, I played striker. I went up to striker. We lost a couple guys on the team, so we definitely had a lot more guys trying out for center mid. So I'm like, boys, let's go striker. Try me out up there, see how it goes. And yeah, it ended up working out really well. So I finished out my soccer career with that position. You were the captain and you won provincials. Right on. That's an accomplishment. That's something you'll never forget. Ho ho ho. Ma's home. Ma just pulled in. Mom, could you possibly bring me the charger that's in the car? Please? Oh, she got chips and chip dip too. That was my request. I'm so happy. We're gonna be eating good after this live. Nice! I can't even see you.
Hey,
Hi.
I have your chips and chip dip.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can I possibly mooch that charger for a little bit? Actually, I don't even need the charger. I just need the cube. Thank you. I don't know where my black one went. That's got like the tool.
You want my brain?
Yeah.
You have to listen when you talk about that?
Yeah. I was saying it earlier. Thank you. You just saved the life. Plugged in. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. She got Swedish berries?
What?
She got Swedish berries?
Yeah.
Wow. What did I get? I got chips and chip dip. Just regular chips and some regular Ruffles French onion chip dip. But my dip of choice, I love ranch. I love the ranch chip dip. But it needs to be like the good ranch dip. You know, like almost, you know what's almost like a better kind of chip dip, but it's not intended for chips at all, is the veggie ranch dip. Like it slaps with chips. I don't know, like that might just be me, but I think it just slaps with chips. And it might be my favorite. Okay, so you agree with me. I'm not the only one. That makes me feel so much better. Nice. Of course.
Lucy has to go outside. Go pee. Go. You gonna let him back in?
I'll let him in. Parker's outside. He's going pee. Hell of a good chip dip. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Do I like pickles? I do like pickles. I actually used to eat them so much as a kid. My mom used to tell me, like, everybody would tell me that I'm gonna turn into one. I crush them. Watch for skunks. He's actually been sprayed twice. And they both the times were actually right in the middle of the night. It was such a pain in the ass. But we haven't seen any around the yard as of lately, so I think we're in the clear right now. Green olives. I'm actually not a huge fan of olives, but yeah. My mom and my sister love them. Love them. Parker! Parker! I see you wandering out there. This guy was trying to sneak off. What are you doing? Oh, he's open back. I gotta let him in. 1 second. Oh boy. That pocket. Go. You're welcome. Hello. Invite who to alive? Who are you speaking of? He's getting in trouble. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Enjoying the night. Living it up. Good old Friday night. You know how it is. Talking about Parker coming to the live. Oh. He wouldn't sit still long enough. Like, he's camera shy. As soon as I get the camera on him, he's always looking away, and then, like, he'll eventually just walk off. Why am I home on a Friday? I don't know, nothing to do really, no plans. Brendan's working, my other buddies are busy, so here we are. We're just chilling. We're on live. Talking to you guys. We're still vibing though, guys. It's still a good night. Yeah, thanks for tuning in on your Friday night here. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate the company. Much love, guys. You work tomorrow? That sucks. Hopefully it's a good shift for you. Hopefully it goes by quick. Never fun working on a weekend. Thank you for the gifts, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You're drinking tequila. Right on, right on. Very, very tasty. Am I going to get a haircut? I think if anything, I'm just gonna clean it up a little bit, but who knows, maybe just let it grow for a little bit. We'll see. See what happens. I do go out with William, yeah, but he's like an hour and a bit away right now, so yeah. He might be coming back down to Niagara tomorrow. I'm not too sure yet. We might be hitting the driving range, but yeah, we're gonna try and make something work out tomorrow. Do I call him William or Will? I don't know. I call him both, you know. Call him William. Will. I don't really call him William that often. I mean, like, yeah. Do I golf? I do golf, yeah. Do I have a nickname for him? I don't, no, not really. I mean, like, I'll call him William every now and then, but that's about it. Like, I don't really have a solid nickname for him. What's my handicap? I don't know. I said it before. Like, I don't really know it. I've never really calculated it, but I normally shoot mid to high 80s. So yeah, whatever that would be. Not too sure. The eyes, thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you.